It's time for Inside the MFL, the official sports talk radio show of the Minor Football League.
It's football, baby!
Football fans, this show is for you, as the show brings you the most up-to-date information from the league's franchises across the country.
Let's get it going now!
It's time to get Inside the MFL with your hosts, Dr. Richard Miles Sr. and Kelsey Nicole Nelson.
Hello and welcome into another edition of Inside the MFL, your official sports talk radio show of the Minor Football League, the nation's only professional developmental minor league football system in the entire country. As always, I'm your co-host, Kelsey Nicole Nelson. Back also is none other than Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr., the CEO, chairman, and founder of the Minor Football League. Dr. Miles, how are you this glorious Saturday morning in our nation's capital?
It's getting chilly. It's getting chilly.
It is. I'm not ready for it yet.
I'm ready
summer
for it.
Stay. Summer stay. We didn't need the cold yet.
I'm ready for it. I'm a seasonal person, and I like that.
No, I'm good with summer all year long. Warm weather, warm vibes. I feel like the vibes are just better, especially during COVID, right? I feel like when summer finally came, it seemed like people started to have more joy on their face, right? Because you got to get outside. You're active. I love seeing people playing sports. We had minor league football in the summer, Dr. Miles. Summer's just a good time.
Absolutely. And this year, we're looking forward to actually, I always say God's in charge. And hopefully, we're looking forward to kicking this season off. As you know, because of COVID-19, I have lost loved ones. You have known loved ones that have been lost and, in this COVID, and I tell everybody, and I'll go out on a limb and say, we want our players to be vaccinated, and hopefully everybody do what's right for them. And I'm not promoting anything, but right now I had both of my shots. And as you know, I just think it's the best thing to do. I say prevention is the key to everything, Prevention is the key to everything. You want to be proactive than reactive. I think we've all known somebody that's unfortunately got COVID. And while some people have mild cases, not everybody makes it through. And again, we want to get through this together. I think something amazing about living in America is just our resiliency, right? And what we've been through. I mean, 9/11 just passed. And I think it's a tough time for so many of us. But then I also think about how so many of us came together during that difficult time, right? And, it was a hard moment for this country. It was a dark moment for this country, but also just the unifying of our country as we just saw wow, this happened to us. But America, has pushed through a lot, and there's still a lot that needs to be solved and fixed in the country. But again, you have people that are standing next to you side by side and people, that support you for what you're doing. So again, I think it's a reminder of where we are. And also, as we're talking about summer and all that's going on, baseball, right? Which used to be America's pastime. I know some people might still call it America's pastime. It still is one. I don't know if it's a favorite now because football season is here. Coexist.
You can always coexist. You know what? There's a love for baseball. And I think about baseball and some of the greats, someone who was raised, one of the first things I knew was Negro League baseball. And of course, the great, what I'm talking about, Jackie Robinson. And then, going back to, right. And then you can go back to Satchel Paige and all of those great names. I'm just talking about the transcending of baseball, though. So many guys have touched that sport. And I think that's what's so great about sport is that you look at sport and it has been a microcosm for society. And I think sports has really many times helped to propel society to have difficult conversations and for society to look at themselves. You think about things like, integration.
Right. Well, my old man told me it was the first time that a man of color can stick a stick at a white man and not go to jail for it.
Well, there you go. And I think just many times, think about it. Unfortunately, some people were so racist, but they, for some reason, then weren't racist when they saw a black athlete helping their team to win. But then, of course, it forced things to kind of change. Society had to keep up.
Absolutely.
Right, exactly. But again, there's still much we have to do, but sport, for the most part, brings so many different people together and it helps to tell a story. I think, you can look at somewhere like the New York Jets where you have Coach Saleh, the first Muslim American man, right? In the National Football League to be a head coach. Just think about that.
Absolutely.
In 2021. That's a narrative and a story. And I think that just, again, shows how sports continues to need to be inclusive. But, for Muslim kids out there, when they get to see that, that's going to mean something when they see somebody that represents them. It's a big thing with representation and diversity. And as we talk about representation and diversity, this is one of the core values of the Minor Football League and something that you got to do this past week was actually go out and support the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Club. First of all, love that name because as a Maryland girl, I like my crabs. And so
do I.
All right. So that's a good name
crabs.
for a baseball team. And then also good baseball. Well, let's talk about this partnership that the Minor Football League formed with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs Baseball Club. I actually know we'll have a representative coming on our next show, Andrew Snyder, who works with the club. But I know they
Not that Snyder.
Andrew Snyder, not to be affiliated with the other Snyder that many know in Washington, D.C. But all that to say, let's talk about that experience and why this partnership was so important for the Minor Football League.
Absolutely. They reached out to us, and because, as you know, our feasibility study is bringing us down to Waldorf, Maryland, and the MFL is really looking hard at putting a franchise down in Waldorf. And after talking, and they gave us a call and invited us out, and we really enjoyed ourselves with the young people. They decide that everybody have their different opinion what franchise they want to come there. But it was exciting, and the people were so nice down there. They make you feel so warm and friendly. I mean, they was very knowledgeable about the Minor Football League, and they're excited because, as they say, I met some great people down there, especially I met some people from the fire department down there, and they was at the game, and they was talking about it is a great idea of putting a minor league franchise down there because of all the young men that's home from college, and that would be something great. Also, the community down there, they're very close-knit community. I like that. And I can say that because my son, him and his wife live down there, and I have two siblings down there.
Waldorf is like a second home for you because the Miles clan is out there holding it down.
Absolutely. It's a whole bunch of us, and I'm excited about that.
And y'all all look alike. So if y'all see someone that looks like Miles, this is family.
Yeah, well, we better. But in saying that, we just excited about that and have them on, the next show. We get them on next Saturday, but
you might have to have the family come on too and talk about what it would mean in Waldorf to get that.
But we're excited about it. Also, we have to talk about, and also I have to say, we've been getting so many calls from players.
You've been busy in the MFL office.
Absolutely.
And the thing I think is so great about the Minor Football League is that, everybody does everything, including you. You're there picking up the phone and actually talking to these young men that call you with hopes and dreams of one day getting a chance to play in the MFL.
Absolutely. And these are young men, and they native Washingtonian themselves, and they want to play with the Washington team, although we do have players call from other parts of the country. And I have to give it to Mr. Mohammed, our GM out there in Houston with the Houston Rams, because he's doing a yeoman job in terms in terms of these players. And players, as you know, they're coming from all over. And we want people to know you can come to Washington. We have tryouts here right now because we want to get players signed and in place for the 2022 season. So give us a call if you're interested, because once we get these players signed and stuff, that'll be it. Then we'll be prepared for the season when 2022 come in.
2022 season around the corner. But fellas, don't wait. Ladies, don't wait. Anybody wants to be a part of the football team, the dance teams, registration is occurring now. You can actually go to our website, www.mflishere.com, click on dance team, click on player, and hit that registration button. All you do is sign up, you pay your registration fee, we get the information, and then we look to see you soon. And this is what the Minor Football League is doing. We're building for this 2022 season. So I want you all to know it's not too late to be a part of the Minor Football League. It always keeps going. It's the engine that never stops, right? The steamboat that keeps on going. 28 years and counting.
Absolutely.
Yes, and also internships that are here for
calls.
the Minor
I was
Football
excited
League.
about that.
People calling about interning. We have internships in all departments in sports, kinesiology, media, communications, sports technology, sports and business administration, player operations, player personnel. We've got it all at the Minor Football League, and we are looking for you, all right? So come be a part of history. Again, 28 years and counting. The Minor Football League has been here. Also franchise opportunities as well. And so, Dr. Miller, let's talk about that, because we talk about it. I think we touched on it, but I want to make sure people are understanding they can be a part of MFL ownership. I know we're talking about people like, A-Rod getting into ownership in basketball, right? And we see all of these people getting into ownership. But let's talk about how the Minor Football League is really trying to create a way for the average person to be a part of that ownership group and have a chance to attain some wealth this way.
Absolutely. I've talked to several clergymen, and, that's something exciting about opportunity with franchising. We also have opportunities. I talk to a lot of groups that's forming to buy different corporations, buy these franchise. And I'm excited about that, Kelsey. I mean, these people they really had an opportunity to experience what the MFL are doing, and then their eyes are open. So I just want to say, I'm excited about that. Now they can see it's time for us. And even the ones that get ready to retire this year, you want to do something with your money. You don't need to downsize on anything. Continue the lifestyle that you live in, but also just add in your portfolio that you're owner of an MFL franchise. Put a group of people together, and that's something we need to understand, strength in numbers.
Yes.
So you don't have to be the person that owns it. Put a group together. I'm excited about now we're more diligent on owning stuff now, finding ways to supplement our income. We want that. We're looking for that multiple income. This is the place. The Minor Football League is the place. And I'm excited about people really jumping aboard, calling, talking to me about it. I got even a meeting as we speak later on today. I have a meeting with some people. So it just goes to show you, don't give up on your dreams. Hang in there, and it will happen for you. And as you know, I've been sticking to my guns for a long time with the MFL. So it'll happen for you. You just have to be patient. And I tell people all the time, God's in charge. It's not going to happen when you want it to happen. It's His will, not yours.
It's His will, not yours, like you said, and it will happen.
That's the chaplain in me too, I guess.
It's coming out, so they're getting a free a free preaching on a Saturday. You don't have to wait till Sunday. But all of this to say, again, the Minor Football League is continuing to lead the way. And as we talk about things happening when they're meant to happen, right? And because God is in charge, I want to talk about a new addition to the Minor Football League family. We've expanded our board. If you haven't heard, for immediate release, just released this past week, so you guys aren't late to the good news. Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr. here was pleased to announce the appointment of John Howell III to the Minor Football League's board of directors. Mr. Howell has served on, and get this, listen closely, has served during the Obama administration at the Department of Energy as the director of the Office of Small and Disadvantaged Business Utilization, reporting to the Secretary of Energy, where he achieved major milestones of innovative and budgetary successes. Mr. Howell comes with a plethora, right, y'all, plethora of business acumen that will be a major asset to the MFL, known as what, Dr. Miles? The laboratory of what?
The laboratory of change.
The laboratory of change. That. It's huge. Mr. Howell attended Carnegie Mellon University. If you know your schools, that's a great school that he attended. And the University of Michigan, earning a Master of Science in Financial Management and a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. We are so excited to welcome Mr. Howell to the first developmental football league of football that provides an array of opportunities both on and off the football field. Because Dr. Miles, as we always preach, we're taking players from the field to the
front office.
To the front office. Let's talk about what it means to have the addition of Mr. Howell to the Minor Football League. And let's talk about how you are planning to change the board this season coming up.
Absolutely. It just shows the legitimacy of the MFL. And we are the laboratory of change. And it's not someone that just wanted to come aboard. He's been looking at us, and we're going to have him on the show next week. It just goes to show you, he's been watching the MFL for 7 years. He said, and after an opportunity with the Obama administration, he said, hey, this is something I want to be a part of. Talking to our Chief Strategy Officer, Mel Forbes. And, a lot of people are beginning to see we need a strong board, and we're going to make sure that we have a strong board. So we don't have people sitting around and trying to say, okay, I'm on the MFL board. No, we got doers.
You want people that are working hard. And that's what makes a good board. I think, sometimes, you see boards that grow and organizations grow because their boards are supporting them. And then, you see others kind of that are more stagnant. Well, the Modern Football League is not a league that is stagnant in anything. And so I think it's great to see this new fresh blood. What about some of the other board members? You have like Dr. Remy Duyele right on.
Oh, yes. And she's running for office out there, as you know.
Yes, and you've been a strong supporter of her,
Absolutely.
of course.
The MFL is supportive of people that work with the MFL. And Jamie Dukes is back. We're happy about that from Africa. As you know, we're getting things in gear for that. And in a couple of weeks, we'll definitely be welcome the U.S. ambassador for the African Union here.
Exciting.
And that's something big coming up on October 1st. So, so many things going on with the MFL. That's why I tell everybody, come experience the MFL. Take a look at what we're doing. We constantly always putting up what the things that we're doing. So we're not ever just standing and stagnant, even though we're not playing football, because we are an organization beyond the field, So it's important that people understand what the MFL is about, which we're definitely about the laboratory of change. And we want to give young people an opportunity. And we want those young millennials to come in. We want to know what they got in terms of, we want to take some of what they know and implement it into what the MFL is so they can be proud to have an opportunity to work. I just spoke to a young man earlier this week, Mr. Mel Forbes and his mother, called, and he was a business major at Morgan State University, and he want to come down and intern with the MFL, and we're excited about that.
Mm-hmm. Very excited about that, like you said. And just speak about the young man and what kind of qualities you're looking for in an intern. If someone's out there right now listening, asking, is the Modern Football League the right opportunity for me?
Absolutely, because it gives you an opportunity to do what you really want to do, and you got your heart set on, much like yourself. He's interested in sports management. I myself like to see more people of color in sports management because we don't have that. That's something that we need. We got to learn how to trust each other and understand that people like us are doing the same things that we're doing in terms of understanding the business of sports, because the business of sports is really big, very big, and we want people to understand that and be a part of it. And for young ladies that are interested in broadcast journalism, we got a great example of a person, individual like Miss Kelsey Nelson. Like I say, she don't have glasses on, but she gonna need some because that's how bright her future is. We looking for big things, and she gonna have a big announcement. She gonna be announcing very soon, and we just proud of you for that. But it gives people an opportunity to not go get coffee. We don't want you to go get coffee. We want to bring you and sit you at the table. We want to learn. We want to know what you're thinking. We want to know what you have in mind. We want your thoughts, and we want your ideas, and we want to implement it where you can be proud of it, and also you get the credit for it. We're not going to grab anybody's credit and sit you back to the side like corporations do all over America and the world. We're not going to do that, because when it comes time for people to get the accolades they should get, they're nowhere to be found. There's always somebody else up there taking the bows and getting awards, and they didn't come up with the concept. They didn't do the work. They didn't do all that hard work. So I want to also commend Dr. Charles Olawale. He also on the board, as you know. He would be the general manager. He would be the commissioner over there in Africa, because it is big. Africa, we are coming there. And he's doing, the things he's doing is phenomenal in terms of what we're doing for Africa and get ready to do it. And that a partnership. So if you think we were just talking about going to Africa, believe me, it's happening. All you got to do is pick up the newspaper. You see it's definitely happening with the MFL in Africa.
The MFL Africa is here. And to those new to the Modern Football League, the Modern Football League is actually putting 16 franchises in the continent of Africa. So if you're doing the math, there's 32 franchises overall, 16 of them here in America, the other 16 over in Africa. So basically, we're going to have the two divisions going head to head, and the first ever what, Dr. Miles?
World Bowl
The first ever World Bowl. Just think about how exciting that is. We have, again, just top tier athletes, and something Dr. Miles has been noting all football season long, and something I'm sure that you all have caught on to as well while you're watching these good football games is the last names. And so I'll just bring up a game, and I'm just going to put it out there because I'm a fan of the team anyways. But Odafe Owe for the Baltimore Ravens. And he just had, a hell of a game for the Ravens, helping to seal that deal for Baltimore to finally overcome the Chiefs in the Lamar Jackson era. But you look at him, and he's actually someone, I don't know if people know his story, but he went by Jason in college in Penn State because he said people couldn't say his name. And so you know what he said?
I can't say it.
He said when he got to the NFL, he said, you know what? I thought about it. He said, I want people to call me me. And I want to represent my family and my heritage. So he changed back to his African name of Odafe. And I thought that was such an incredible story, Dr. Miles, because think about it. For so long, sometimes, I think a lot of times we see people with just kind of these names that maybe we're not used to in America. And look, I'm a girl named Kelsey. So look, I've never had that experience, even though people do say my name wrong and will call me Chelsea, Dr. Miles, and it's one of my biggest pet peeves. Come on, it's spelled completely differently. But all that to say, we've made people basically conform, right? And it's kind of sad that it has to happen. And I put it on myself. As a broadcaster, sometimes one of the hardest things for me to do is pronounce these names. Because for one, I think I don't have the accent when I say it. I sound funny when I say it. But I have to do right because I would never want somebody to keep saying my name wrong, right? Or sometimes when people call me Nicole, I'm like, wait, I go with my full name, Kelsey Nicole Nelson. I'm not used to being even called my middle name. Like nobody called. Like, if anything, I had coaches that used to call me Nelson sometimes because I wasn't the only Kelsey. But when people say Nicole, I'm like, wait, you're talking to me. But all that to say, again, I think we're seeing these last names and not even these first names, and we're seeing people that are proud of their African heritage, right? And I think it's an amazing, incredible thing. So let's kind of just touch on that, Dr. Miles, and what we're expecting to see overall from the growth of MFL Africa.
Absolutely, we're going to Africa. I'm excited about it. I know you're excited about it. We need to understand and we need to bridge that gap. That gap has to be bridged because if we do not bridge that gap, there's always going to be a misunderstanding and a lack of understanding with Africa and the continent of America. And then we understand they speak several different languages over there, although we here in America, people speak several different languages as well. But more importantly, the fact that now we begin to not listen to other people and start giving each other a chance and trusting each other. And I think that speaks kudos. We have to give it to the new African Union president coming in. I mean, we're excited about that. We're excited about the things that we're going to do with Africa and the continent. And don't forget, Africa is really big. So the continent of Africa is huge. So we just look forward to that.
It's huge. It's huge. And it's a great opportunity, right? And that's what we're looking for at the Minor Football League. And also, speaking of which, you've been doing so much. What embassy have you not been to?
Well, just a few that I've not been to. And I'm constantly, going there, meeting different ambassadors because, it's not what you know, it's who you know as you know. So we'll continue keeping the dialogue going because we're on our way over there. Unfortunately, we won't be able to tour all the countries over there in Africa because if you don't know, it's 50-some countries over there in Africa. So we're just trying to get to the ones that we know that we're able to put franchise. Some different countries probably have to partner up and get a franchise because we just don't have that many. But I'm excited for it.
And let's talk about how you're picking these countries in Africa to get a minor football league team. And I know it's something that you do here too. Let's talk about the feasibility studies that you do to really determine where the areas of need are and where the minor football league can make a true difference inside these communities. I know that's near and dear to the heart of the minor football league because community service does play a big inaugural role in the minor football league. I know all players are required to get 100 hours of community service. But again, let's touch on why specifically these franchises are where they are, where they're located in both America and in Africa.
Absolutely. I'm glad you said that. It's going to be easier now because we have the African Union a part of what we are doing because we like a babe in the woods. We have no knowledge of, we understand the different countries over there, but we don't understand the terrain. So when you got people that looking forward to working with us and showing us what country would be better suited to support the MFL and our mission and what we're trying to do. So like I said earlier, it makes a difference for us in terms of the selection process. So that makes a difference. And, we have Dr. Charles Olawale as well. So we're going into Ghana, we're going into Egypt, we're going into Sierra Leone, we're going into these different countries because right now we have what you say, a tour and someone from the continent of Africa that's showing us the best place to put the different franchises.
Exactly, like you said. So you're not just going in there blindly. You're having people help you, and you have people from the actual community. And I think that's so important because the Minor Football League is wanting to work with the people of the community. And as we talk about working with people of the community, let's talk about some of the other great community service that the Minor Football League has. I also know it seems like everywhere I drive, Dr. Miles. Well, for those that know me, I don't have my license yet. So for everywhere I'm in the passenger, I'm in the passenger seat, it seems like I'm seeing these Minor Football League signs and Washington Chiefs signs through the Adopt a Road programs in Prince George's County, Maryland, and Montgomery County, Maryland, and of course right here in Washington, D.C.
Absolutely. Of course, we're pushing that initiative. We want to make sure that all our players do 100 hours of community service. Not only our players, we want to make sure kids in junior high school and high school need community service hours. They can also come to the Minor Football League, and we have programs to help them to get the hours they need and get them a opportunity to give back to their community. So we're excited about that. We want everybody to understand that they can get community service hours with the Minor Football League. So that's why I say it's very important that everybody understand we are the laboratory of change. And what we mean by that is we're trying to make a difference in Africa as well as most of the, even in America, in the different cities that we're in. And that's still a work in progress. I'm getting a little tongue-tied. It's early in the morning.
It is early, Dr. Miles.
We definitely want people to understand that we want to work with the community, and because this is a league for the people and by the people.
For the people and by the people. The Minor Football League is here and known as the Laboratory of Change. Again, if you're liking what you're hearing, if you want to learn more, visit us on our website. The Minor Football League is online. MFLishere.com. Again, the nation's only minor professional developmental football league, celebrating now 28 years of excellence. The MFL provides a competitive platform for athletes to compete in the game of football professionally while also serving as youth mentors and community service representatives. In the Minor Football League, we develop the whole player. Integrity, commitment, and excellence in what, Dr. Miles?
In all we do.
In all we do, living by the values. And again, we have a lot going on in the Minor Football League. We want to shout out some of the great people that we have working with the league. We have, there's so many great people. We talked about the GM in Houston. I know we have Miss Lovely helping with scouting, a female scout for the Minor Football League. The Minor Football League has been featured in so many publications. And I also know, if you're listening to this radio show, if you get a chance on the DCE app here at the Office of Cable Television, Film, Movies, and Entertainment, also a brand new look into the Minor Football League, where you get to see the latest with the Minor Football League. I know Dr. Miles was super excited about that video. And then also, we're on social media. So if you're listening to the show and saying, hey, I have a nephew or someone that I know would be awesome to play the game, well, guess what? We want to hear from them. We have a contact form on our website that you can fill out. And all that information comes right to us. All right. So you could definitely fill that out. And also, you can find us on social media, Twitter, Instagram, all right? So basically, we're everywhere you want to be. On Instagram, we're at Experience the MFL. And if you go to our Instagram, you can actually see some of our latest information, including our apparel and merchandise. And you can also see some fun sights and sounds of the game that we had in Waldorf with the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs organization. And then we're also on Twitter at MFL Experience. All right. So we are everywhere. So basically, there's nowhere that you all should not be seeing us, right? I mean, everywhere you want to be, Dr. Miles. And you can also get in contact with us on our email, experiencethemfl@gmail.com. Also by telephone, 240-551-8031. Mr. Telephone, man. That just came in my mind as soon as I said that.
We don't want to forget Mr. Chuck Barlow down in Georgia with the Georgia
Who's doing
Warriors.
a fantastic job with the Georgia
Doing a great
Warriors.
job, And you know,
and also to that point, the MFL is looking for head coaches, right? So if you are interested in that, give us a call.
Absolutely.
Send us your resume, right?
Yes,
look online.
resume.
Same thing for franchising. If you're interested in franchise opportunities, we've got a place for you on the website for that. You also get to look at the championship rings that you get when you become. I'm gonna speak it into existence for the people listening on the show when they become an MFL champion, and also check out all of our great apparel and merchandise that's available on the MFL
And we
website.
want to encourage everybody that's interested in coaching position, the head coach position. We look for that. Send us your resume. Anybody interested in GM position, send us your resume. We'll look at it. I promise you, we will look at it.
And also, if you're interested in having minor football league players come out to your community event, parades or things like that, give us a call as well. We're more than happy to do that if you want them to come speak to your students in your classroom about what it takes to be a ball player. And we know it's a student athlete to be a ball player. You got to excel in the classroom as well as on the football field. The Minor Football League also wants to do that with you. Again, we are here for you in the DC area. Don't forget, we've got the Washington Chiefs, the Maryland Colts, right here, 2 teams that you can root for in the MFL's Mid-Atlantic Division and so much more. Also check out their merchandise. But we'll be back next Saturday morning at 10 a.m. East. Oh my gosh, 11 a.m. I got to sleep. I have so many different jobs, Dr. Miles. But we'll see you all next week. And always remember to keep inside the what, Dr. Miles? Inside the MFL. Bye, guys.
You've been listening to Inside the MFL, the official sports talk radio show of the Minor Football League, with your hosts, Dr. Richard Miles Sr. and Kelsey Nicole Nelson. For more information, visit MFLishere.com or the MFL page under programs at dcradio.gov.
Experience the MFL. How can we experience the MFL? The Minor Football League. Here's information on how you can experience the MFL. The Minor Football League was established in 1993 by founder and CEO Dr. Richard D. Miles Sr., a league created for the people and by the people. To learn more on how you can experience the MFL with the MFL team in your area, visit experiencethemfl.com or go to The MFL is Here. The MFL, the laboratory of change. Copyright MFL. No portion of this audio may be reproduced or re-recorded without the written permission from the Minor Football League. Visit experiencethemfl.com. This is a Mad Voice production.